Welcome to Fiber Hustle. My name is Chip.
My name is Aaron.
I like to sew undisturbed.
I like to knit and crochet, and if you don't have any Thanksgiving plans, then you don't have to make anyone in your family angry.
Why would you make them angry?
Because, you know, there's always Thanksgiving fights and stuff. We've never had one.
Oh, okay. And I'm sure you're going to be, if you're not involved in the argument, you like to watch.
Yeah, you do. It is episode 48 of Fiber Hustle.
Welcome back, Fiber Hustlers.
Fiber enthusiasts and hustlers, as we like to call you guys, our hustlers. Not ours, we're all hustlers.
What have you been doing? We had the great wind.
Oh, the bomb cyclone. It was, I don't know how it's not a hurricane, because it looks exactly like a hurricane from everything I saw on the radar.
If you've been broop, 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 you know, thumb scrolling, you might have seen here in the Pacific Northwest, there was at least 12-hour storm surge that we had that is all, it wasn't even rain, it was all wind. Wind, yeah. Wind, wind.
I don't like it. I have a little PTSD from the great wind of 2006, where two trees clipped the house that we lived in and took out my car and my roommate's car at the time. And so this time, when the wind started with about 55 miles an hour gust, I was like, I am retreating to the downstairs because I cannot deal with it. A little bit of anxiety.
I slept like a baby.
But you always sleep like a baby, so it wasn't that big.
I mean, if things are going to happen, they're going to happen. But at least I'm going to be comfy.
Very, very true. But yeah, so the great wind is over. We had many, many branches down. This one was one of the first on the block to be outside and cleaning up the yard. I heard the blower going, and I was like, what's that? Looked outside, he was on the front porch just blowing away.
I mean, so we got a lot of fallen branches and like a mound of pine needles.
Oh gosh, yes.
Mound. I mean, like, I think we're going to have a couple weeks worth of debris that needs to be collected, but like, I even got a boo-boo on my hand. You see that? I even got a boo-boo to show.
Yeah, what is that? Is that like a skin? What is that, from just the yard work? Is it from a cutter or what?
The rake.
The rake? Oh, you got a blister from the rake. Is that what it is? I'm sorry. I told you should wear gloves. But look, you can like post it on Instagram and say, yep, cleaned it up.
Yeah, took care of business. And we've got another storm that's supposed to come tonight. We record on Thursdays, so you're going to see this maybe on Friday. And so, yeah, hang on. The great wind, the cyclone wind storm has a little sibling.
It does, and we are one of the fortunate ones who did not lose power. I don't know how. We had many flickering lights throughout it's probably like a 12-hour storm, right?
And I think the news was reporting like 300,000 homes without power.
Yeah, just in our area.
And businesses.
Yeah, just like my work is still out of power, so people are just kind of scattering everywhere. I told some coworkers they can come over and work here, but they just got their power back. We might have a friend come over later just to charge some electronics. We did offer that she could stay the night, but she said she's fine. But she might come over just to charge some electronics and then be on her way.
The great wind.
The great wind. What else has been going on?
I can speak for you. Aaron, I have nagged a couple of times, and I said, you know, you have some friends that have tried this class, this dyeing class, and it's a little bit more of alchemy that's involved. Mm-hmm, Why won't you do that? And I heard, I don't want to take any classes.
Well, I didn't want to take any classes, but then I saw how well Kevin did. I saw how well Dorothy from Knit, Knot, and Weave did, and Teresa from Pretty Twisted Yarns. So they have all, just talking to them side conversations, have all recommended this class by Alana Wilcox called the Color Alchemy Masterclass. So I have signed up. We're on week kind of 2.5. We just had an introduction a couple of weeks ago. I got my box in the mail, which a lot of goodies in there.
And he would love to show you. I mean, like, he came to me, and this box, hand carved. I mean, like, it is really, really posh. It is really nicely put together. And then apparently it's so special, they want it to be a surprise when their future students get it. So we're not allowed to show you what's in the box.
Yeah, so she was talking to her. She was like, I've always wanted to know. She goes, I always thought about maybe posting a picture on Instagram, but she just loves the surprise. So I'm going to keep it for surprise.
It was
for those that do sign up for. If you're ever looking for a color class on Fiber, will be a surprise for you. It's a little pricey, but I think it's going to be worth it because you know that I love my album cover dyeing. There's a lot of albums I look out. I'm like, how am I going to get this color? So I'm hoping this class will take me there.
But as far as for a small business, rather than like taking classes, you know, having to leave your house, go to wherever, the price, yes, it's a little bit like, ooh, you know, who wants to spend money? But like as far as classes that I'm considering, I was thinking about taking a pattern writing class, and it's on par.
You should do that, actually.
I want to.
Well, get to it. Is it like a weekly class? Is it online? Do you have to go somewhere?
No.
How long does it last?
There's a couple of options. Our friend Tracy over at Curly Seams, or on Instagram, Tracy and Stitches, she's taken a couple classes, and really what's nice is that you get like, there's a lot. It's not just like, this is how you put designs together. It's really soup to nuts, like very intensive. This is how to write a pattern to get it published, and like where for distribution. Like I want to do it.
That's awesome.
I think I would be an excellent student.
You are an excellent student.
Are you feeling like an excellent student?
I don't know yet. So it's only the second week. I know I have a lot of homework to do this weekend.
He was very proud. He was like, I was the first one to turn in my assignment this week.
No big deal, but that was last week. This week, I still need to look at what this week is. So I got a lot of homework to do this weekend. So hopefully the power does stay on. And then we have some live, it's like a 3-month thing. We have an introduction, and then each week we have a homework assignment. Then I think February starts the live classes. So each week, I think it's on Tuesdays, we do a live class all together, and I think we dye there and things like that. And then we're supposed to pick a picture or something for inspiration and take some colors from that and dye those colors. That's the main goal. And I think I know the album I'm going to model this after, but I don't want to announce it yet just in case I change my mind.
Awesome.
I mean, everybody's on the edge of their seat
in class
right now. No, class and right now. Because they're like, what album is he going to do? It's not Taylor Swift, I'll tell you that. What else has been going on?
I went near Portland. I went and visited, as I say, I went to kiss the ring. I went to go see Carrie over at the Creative Obsession. And if you haven't already seen her video where I was a guest to be on her podcast, we did a little house cleaning. But yeah, check over at the Creative Obsession and see how we made out when we were going through and kind of paring down some of her stuff.
How did that go? Was that easy? She's like, okay, see ya. This can go, this can go. Or was she like, absolutely not, absolutely not, absolutely not?
So we only scratched the surface because we made very broad strokes. We didn't do anything crazy. Like, I mean, like there was one thing that I, thought, hey, you're not doing this. And that was the painting. I would, if I was her, I would have gotten rid of all of it because painting is not her specialty. And
which, let's rewind. For 3 or 4 years, we had a bunch of paints in our garage because we used to paint acrylic painting, and you had a friend at work who was a painter. You said, we haven't done this. I called this person over and she's taking all our paints.
Yep.
I was like, and it was like a little kid with a Tonka truck. Once she took them, I was like, well, now I want to paint. So, Carrie, I do understand what you're going through, even though you didn't get rid of them.
But she did get rid of some.
Did she?
Yeah, she went through and...
She kept all the purple?
First, probably.
She got rid of all the beige and kept all the purple.
At first, she said, she promised that she was going to go through it and she was going to look for all the dry stuff. Let's just make it easy and we'll at least get rid of the dry stuff. Come to find out, there's no dry stuff. It's all
good.
It's all good paint. So, you know, Carrie, mahalo. You got to live with it.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, and then it was also fun. I mean, do you ever just want to go into another crafter space and just see what's in there? You've been to her house.
I have.
You've seen her. It's not even a craft room. I think it's not for knitting. It's not exclusively for sewing or quilting.
This place has everything.
It is a maker space that you want to visit. And
it is.
Same thing that I'll repeat again. I said on her show. If you're interested in learning a craft, but you're not willing to make the investment, stop over to Carrie's.
Here is her address.
She right here.
You can see the puppy wire there.
Yeah, so I got to see Maisie. Thank you for reminding me. Got to see Maisie and Violet, her pups. Got to meet her kids, and it was good.
Saw Jim.
I saw Jim.
Jim's my favorite part of Carrie's house.
Is it?
Yes.
Really?
I like Jim.
Oh my.
No, not like that. No, I like Jim.
Yeah. So yeah, and me. I don't go out of the house and drove, and what was it, 3 hours to get down there? I may or may not have adopted a highway.
Did you clean up the highway, then adopt it?
I cleaned it up. I adopted it. I talked to some officers about road markers, mile markers.
I was like, did you get pulled over and not tell me?
No. No. So it was good. I mean, it was rainy, but it was good.
The only other thing that's happened to us a couple weeks ago, we had the great wind this week. We had the great cough and great sneeze 3 weeks ago. Apparently I brought it home. I'm not sure if that's true.
Where would I have discovered it?
I don't know. But I was kind of for a few days. Then this one was like on the couch, like sick for
like 10 days.
It was a long time. But you handled it very well. So there wasn't much crafting going on for this one. But then all of a sudden you're like finishing up things. And then before that, we had your boo-boo. Your poor boo-boo.
So we're rewatching Game of Thrones.
So good, so good.
And Jaime Lannister, he keeps bringing up that metal hand that he has, like, oh, can't row a boat.
Can't row a boat. Can't fight these people. Got one hand.
Can't clean the cat box.
Hopefully it's not a spoiler.
Can't cook dinner.
It's true. Yeah. Can't get the mail. I don't know why you can't get the mail.
Can't get the mail.
You're terrible. And other than that, we had a very successful Halloween bingo this year. I wish we could show you the pictures. We just haven't had time. I mean, the costumes alone. Carrie, one of our favorites, came as Prince. I thought she should have won just like that because I'm a big Prince fan. Someone dressed up as Hermie, our Fiber Hustle logo. Like literally crafted our logo. Their head went through it. They did win the big prize. Doso Knits, Kristen, sorry, she dressed up as me. The eyebrows were a little excessive, but it's all right.
No, they were accurate.
These caterpillars, I know, these caterpillars. And she kept on changing her screen, so she was dressed as me. Then she would have snapshots of Chip like it was the studio, which was very, very clever. And all of them were so good this year.
Brendan. The Galian.
The disco Galian, which is so funny.
Mrs. Kravitz was the nun. Mm-hmm. What is her sister? Thumbelina.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was Thumbelina.
Who else?
Gosh, Zach
we'll show you a class
elf.
picture here.
Yeah, it was a great Halloween bingo. So we're still hoping we're going to talk about having one for New Year's Eve.
What were the Fiber Hussies?
The Fiber Husses? We were...
They
were kind of like witches. They were all in black and just very dark this year.
Yes. Yes, that's what we were feeling.
They were all in black and very dark this year. But it was that's the day we got sick.
The very next day.
Yeah, I was like, I don't feel very well on Saturday, but we got through the bingo, and the next day I was like, I am out. Then you got it. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what's going on here. Hey, how are you?
So I'm going to switch it up just very quickly. If that's
surprise,
a little bit. So when I went over to Carrie's, down, I go adopted a highway.
You look like you're driving the big rigs.
I was driving the big rig. So Carrie gave me a couple of things to bring back. One thing she brought for you.
Me?
Yes.
Carrie, I can't wait to see it.
Do you ever get snivvies?
Yeah.
Do you all know what snivvies are?
It's the little things that like stick out, like little threads and stuff that stick out. So I don't get them as much being a knitter crocheter, but I know that the quilting community gets snivvies all the time. And apparently you're supposed to leave them on the floor until someone makes a comment about it, and then you sweep them up.
Sure. They usually wind up on us, though.
Yeah, very true.
Okay, so what happens, though? This was the whole point of like one of the points, trying to declutter. So invariably, you know you bought something, it's one of your favorite tools, but for whatever reason, you cannot find it. Mm-hmm. So what do? After eventually, you buy another one. And then lo and behold, you find the first one. So this is one of Carrie's extra purchases from her decluttering that we found. And
this looks exactly like the Furminator that I use on Seamus when I brush our cat.
Not exactly. But basically, it's for your sweaters so that you can, when they're pilling.
Oh, this one's not pilling yet.
Yeah, so, but you could do it.
Close the door real quick because the heater's on.
And then it comes with a couple of other attachments. So depending on I don't think there's any instructions on this. Yes, there are. There are instructions. So it's called the Gleaner.
It's got a little toothy section right here. And then this is like a microfiber kind of situation.
Yeah. So you're able to take that, and if you have like on your clothes,
so I would just kind of then.
So instead of like actually shaving, having those electric shavers, you use that.
Oh, that's fun. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. I can't wait to use it.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, what?
So I don't know. You're gonna have to watch the Creative Obsession. So she was out on her. Oh God, what's the word? Her
walk?
No, that when they went, her and Jim. There's a word for it when you're camping, and it's the first time She's screaming at the TV right now. I'm sure.
Oh, is this when they kind of tested their tent?
Tested it, but anyway, they considered the whole trip this, whatever the word is, and she's out in the desert. She brings back a rock because she thought of you. She said she looked down on the ground and she said this reminded her of dumpster juice.
What a gorgeous rock. This does. So I have a colorway dumpster juice, which actually
it is so popular.
But this is one of my, again, dumpster juice you either love or you hate. This is why you asked for dumpster juice earlier. Yeah, so this rock reminds me. Nothing of the gorgeousness that is the dumpster juice. This is literally the most gorgeous rock I've ever seen. If I could drill a hole in it and make it a necklace, I would. But yeah, I can see how she would think that.
No, she's off.
That's so cute.
But now here's the thing. If you were over at Carrie's house, she would keep it because it was given to her.
Oh, is she one of those that once you...
So I want everybody to send Carrie the craziest stuff. She will keep it because it's precious. Somebody gave it to her. Everything I went and touched in her craft room, there was a story that went with it. She goes, "Oh, so-and-so gave that to me," and I'm like, really?
Well, I think that's kind of sweet. I mean, sometimes it gets a little cluttered, but yeah. I think I have every single Christmas card, birthday card, greeting card that people have sent me over the last 30 years. They're in 2 boxes, which, you know what, when we moved, I was like, I don't talk to this person anymore. So I got rid of some, but like from my sister, my grandma, all those people, I still have all those. And I don't know why I need them. I know that they're in the box. And how often do I really open this box and go, oh, that was sweet. I can just have that memory, but I just can't get rid of them for some reason.
No, I get.
Okay.
But if it's somebody that, you know, you no longer talk to, or and the gift was just kind of cuckoo, you know, maybe you could get rid of it.
Or white elephant season is almost among us.
Yes, regift.
Regift it. That is great. Thanks, Carrie. I will do something with this rock. I don't know what I'll do with this rock, but I will do something with this rock. And what a precious moment.
Yes.
What a precious
It's as beautiful as precious moments.
It is. I love it. Thank you.
All right, Aaron.
Yes.
You made that?
I did. So, I know Michael over at Piece for Piece says what some things are roses, some things are thorns. Here at Fiber Hustle, we say booger and heather.
Oh.
So this one's kind of a booger and a heather. I am wearing the tincanknits flax sweater that I just finished. Let me stand up. It is made out of wool of the Andes non-superwash yarn in the color of Pecot, and I forget because I can't find the label. I made the 3XL size because at one time my chest was 51, probably still is, and it was 55 inches because they suggested like 2 to 5 inches of positive ease. And then if I made the 2XL, I think it was around 51. So I was like, I don't want anything clinging to me. But gang, I think this is a little too large. The body... Crouch down. But, do you want me to do splits?
There you go. Now you're in the shot.
So the body... The body isn't too bad, but once I got to the arms, I mean...
What are all those?
So
all these metal things?
I have left my... I have left my markers on here because I think I'm going to rip out the sleeves. Because if you notice the sleeves, this is kind of hard because it's like a really dark blue. I can fold up. Let me bring it over here. Let me show you. Let me show you this guy.
No, it was...
Was it? This is how much I have left. So I don't need it super tight, but there's this too much gobble, gobble, gobble. Too much turkey here.
How old are you?
What is that gesture?
When you're...
Oh, yeah, so exactly. So, yeah, I might rip out the arms and just kind of take it back. Or do I say, you know what, this is it, and it's going to be just kind of a little bit more boxy. I love the stripes. I did the short rows. That's why you see it a little bit thicker on the back than what it is in the front, because I did some short rows. This has not been blocked.
Oh, gosh, which means it's going to grow.
Yeah, correct. Well, no. Well, since it's non-superwash, it will not grow as much. But I'm like, should I try just to toss it in the dryer to kind of shrink it up just a tad?
It's not going to take the excess out of the arms, though. So what happens? It's not going to isolate that to just the arms. It's going to happen to the entire thing.
True.
This is fitting nicely. Mm-hmm. I would take the care and just make it more form-fitting.
Yeah, that's why I kept these in, because I'm like, okay, here's where I started the decreases. It's a free pattern. I've knit this before years ago with Vanna's Choice yarn. It fits perfect. I still love it. And that's why I was like, I'm going to knit another one because I wear it all the time around the house. But yeah, see the sleeves, give me, like this doesn't, you probably don't know if you can see it. It's just kind of ill-fitting. I mean, I don't like the way this is. I would probably go down a needle size just to make this a little tighter. But like, it's a heather for the look and color, but it's kind of a booger just the way that it's fitting. So what do you think? Not like, what do you think of it? Do you think I'm being over dramatic as normal?
No.
Or should I just rip out the arms and try to do it again?
I think you should redo the arms.
Okay. The body fit?
Was this the one that you had to change up the yarn because you ran out of yarn?
Yes. Oh, I forgot to talk about that. So I ordered Pecot years ago, probably from a Knit Picks Black Friday sale, and it came, and then I loved the color so much that I reordered it maybe a year afterwards, and when it did come, different dye lot, and you can tell, I don't know if you can tell on camera, you can tell here where it kind of changes a little bit of color. So it's a brighter blue than here, which is a darker blue, which is the original. But I did it in the exact same on each sleeve to make it less noticeable.
I can see it's here and here.
Yeah, see, so it's the exact same distance.
But I would say...
since I did it like that...
It's, like, you really would have to squint and examine it. Like, if you're just wearing it, nobody's going to ever blink an eye.
Yeah.
But they will say, why are the arms so big on that sweater?
It looks...
And especially when you're doing a nice handmade project like this, that you want it to look as best as you can. I think you could do better with the arms now that you understand what you need to change.
I just don't. And this is obviously 100% my fault. When I tried on the body, I was like, okay, I think it kind of fits, and I didn't allow the time when I was trying on the sleeves. Yes, I put it on, but I think I just threw it on real quick, looked in the mirror, said, okay, this works. I didn't actually take the time to go, okay, what would I do different? How would I do it different? So if you're knitting a garment, take the time to actually look at it, sit with it for a little bit instead of just going, okay, I think this is fine, and then start the next thing. So 100% my fault on this one, and I should have got here and realized that it was just too much. So that is my journey. Obviously, there's bigger problems in the world, but this is my biggest one right now.
So what are you going to do?
Eventually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell you guys that I'm going to rip these arms back. But knowing me, I'm probably going to be like, you know what? I'm probably just going to wear it around the house as a sweater when it gets cold. So I really should rip it back. But
do it.
I will. But I'm ready to start the next project.
Oh,
yes,
see?
I know I need to rip this back. There. Okay. I will rip it back.
Because otherwise,
3-month plan.
you're going to be wearing it like this.
Like this?
Yes.
Yeah.
With the string hanging out, looking like a
But
mic,
then again,
like a mic.
What if I
wire.
start working out and then my arms get really huge?
You're not going to.
So, I mean,
you don't eat spinach.
It's very true. I don't. Kidney stones. But yes. But what if there's some other supplement, bro, and I start my arms get really huge? So yeah, I will rip this back. I don't get angry. Oh, also, I tried 2 sleeves at a time when I was doing this. It was just too much going on, too much yarn and stuff. So I stopped 2 at a time and did these on I think a 16-inch cord or a 9-inch cord, and just finished up one by one because 2 at a time sleeves for me was just not working out. Yeah. So this is.
But you tried it.
I did try it.
And now you know.
I think if I just started with the sleeve and didn't have the body, because you do the body first, then the sleeves, it would have been much easier if you had a project that you start the sleeves by themselves, not attached to the body. Yeah. So that is you made that? Kinda?
You made that?
Kinda. So, Chip, you made that?
I did, and if you guys are not... apologies already, because I have been working on this for easily
it's been a while.
A year, and I'm in the home stretch.
You're in the home stretch, or it's finished?
No, I still have to do a hanging sleeve, which means that like my lava lamps are finally. This was the group. My Sew Saturdays. There was 10 of us, and we did.
Do you name me up?
The lava lamps.
Let's do it. Just make it easy for you.
So we did the lava lamps, and I showed this on Carrie's.
Sorry, I need to go this way.
Carrie's podcast, and come down. There we go. Yeah. So this was hanging in the background, and she put it up on her design board, which I absolutely would love to get my design board cooking, because it's so nice to be able to just stand back from your project and like make sense of what's going on. So, like, Carrie, yes, that is another takeaway. I'm going to get that up. But finished it, and the only thing I have to do is finish hand sewing, which we all know I hate, do not love, do not want to hand sew the hanging sleeve. But I'm absolutely thrilled with the way that it turned out. I love all these diamonds that I created, and just a little pinstripe. it really, it turned out well. I think it's going to get hung up over the long arm so that I can say, hey, I have friends that also
You have
quilt.
friends.
I have friends.
You do have friends.
And I'm really excited about the way it turned out. When I was doing my blocks, I added foam behind each of the lava lamps and cut all of that around so that when I went to quilt it, like these really will stick out. And like here, I'm going to show Angel's block, and I'm going to try not to tap on the keyboard. Let's go wide. So we have Angel's block that she did, and I absolutely love it. So for each of the lava lamps, some people did paper piecing, some people did applique. Angel did applique, but you notice like on all of these, you have your desk or whatever this surface is. And so I just quilted it going back and forth. I did that on each one of those. And then I did these loops. And can I go even closer? I did all these loops that were going in. This one I did matched my thread so that it all would kind of blend in. And then, but this is, I loved doing these little loops. And then your favorite, Erin, I did the meandering around in all of the blue. And then just an echo around the entire thing. But I'm really, really happy that it's finally finished. And it was like, you know, one of those things where everybody contributes into it. And then when you finally get all the pieces back, most of us don't actually put it together. I mean, I'll say that there are maybe a handful of our group members who have yet to put theirs together.
Rudeness.
Yes, I think Carrie, Tandy, and I are the only ones that have.
It just means you guys care the most.
We care the most. And like, here's Brendan's block with his mermens.
Hot. Fierce.
Yes. So, and I love it.
I think it's great. It's going to look so nice over there.
It will. And who needs a blank wall?
No one.
So yeah, so you never have to ever see that again.
Ever? I thought it was cool. I love how you made them puffy.
Yeah.
With little, not snow globes, lava lamps.
Yeah.
Puffy.
And I don't know why it took me so long, but it's done.
Nice.
So are you guys working on your UFOs? Like, are you reaching back into your cabinets and all of your timeout spaces and saying, oh, let me pull you out. Let's finish you up.
I have a couple things I would love to pull out just because I want to finish them. Like I have a cardigan that is gorgeous. I should bring it down right now so you can see it. That I'm here, just need to finish up this and it's finished. And I just haven't.
I'm in my UFO era.
Good for you. Good for you.
I'm
going
finishing.
outside. He's in the UFO era.
Yeah.
You're a totally different person.
I'm in a good space.
Good. That makes me happy.
Erin.
I don't have any more.
What are you making?
Do you have any more you made that?
Yes, I do.
So let's stick with you. So Chip, you made that?
I have been cooking, honey. I've been on the run. So I am so thrilled to finally say this UFO is no longer, it's just an FO. It's an FO. So this turned out to be, this is a quilt that I started this in December, I think, November or December last year. So I started this a year ago. And I mean, like, some quick stats for you. This thing has 100 different, I call these coins, that, well, let's call the baby ugly. I
don't think the baby's ugly. I think it's gorgeous.
I totally messed up on this pattern. Okay, see how all of the pluses are supposed to be embedded here? So you have this yellow and you have this blue. Well, this is all supposed to be embedded, and mine doesn't look like that because I have completely, when I was cutting this out, I did not understand the instructions, and I didn't understand what they meant by background and foreground. And so, or like the feature fabric. So I thought these bigger crosses or pluses, I thought that was the background, because to me, this really dark center would be the foreground.
Oh.
And so I made all my feature fabric, these dark ones, and then once it was going together, I was like, oh wait, this is all wrong, and I don't have the right numbers with the fabric that I cut out. So I ran with it, and I had to just play around with the design, and so I wound up with this.
I love it.
This was originally, I think, was supposed to be, it was supposed to be a throw, 58 by 72, and now this is now 84, almost square. And I couldn't be more thrilled. So I added these, I introduced these white squares into the pattern. So just to kind of make it work. And then I was like, okay, I have all of these white squares. It looks really weird. And I had more of the feature fabric. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make circles in there. So of course it was a little too late. It was already, the piecing had already been done. So I appliqued and hooped, machine embroidered every one of those. So that's 100 of those that I had to machine hoop and embroider each of those coins down to make sure that they, you know, weren't going to come off. Then when I was quilting it, let's go with the medium here. So let's go here. Yeah, that looks good. So then I took my my ruler, my long arm ruler, and I made coins. And I did all of this by hand.
I did one.
Did you one?
Yeah.
You did do one.
It's probably the worst one, but I got to do one.
Yeah, so actually it was Carrie's suggestion. We found this, it's actually like a gold color that I did all of these loops. And I'm telling you, no two are exactly the same, but they're all within the same family. And this is the difference between machine-guided long arming and hand free motion. So you see, like this one doesn't look exactly, but they're within the same family. And I think it looks great. It's more, it gives it more of a handmade vibe rather than a machine, you know, oh, it's perfect. I'm really, really pleased. And my binding is phenomenal. This is all machine bound.
Here's a snivy.
And yeah, the snivy. So yeah, so very, very thrilled. And you can see maybe some of the quilting on the back. And it really, really turned out sharp.
And this will be guest room.
This will be in the guest room. Because it's way too big for the couch, but it's the perfect size for that queen size bed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
So,
love it.
I don't know why I kind of get like, is it Pittsburgh Steelers?
I'm not getting the Steelers vibe at all. But I want you to have your fantasy.
I don't know.
Question.
You with the black hat. Sub Pop.
There we go. Let's rewind about 5 minutes. You said, hey, I misunderstood the directions and I did this. Chip, how many quilts have you made that you kind of veered off from the directions because you made a little boo-boo and said, I'm going to do it my own way?
Most of them.
So far, we have this one. We have lemon pepper.
No. So lemon pepper was not a mistake. Lemon pepper was when the fabrics that I chose, they were so busy together. I thought I bought fabrics that kind of mimicked what I was seeing in the pattern. But like in real life, and when it was starting to play out, I was like, oh my God, it is so much. It's just going to be so busy that I was like, I'm going to change this a little bit. But to answer your question, yes, I do change most of my patterns and make them my own.
It wasn't a gotcha moment, like gotcha.
Wasn't it?
You didn't. It was more of a...
I'm feeling very attacked.
It was more of a how you are creative enough just to look at a pattern and go, I'm going to use this as kind of a base and then go my own direction.
Yeah, why
That's
not?
what I was getting at. That's great.
I mean, you have to.
You just gotta. You just gotta.
So yeah, so that is the pluses and minus quilt. And if you're interested in this pattern, I would say do it. Just don't make the same mistake where what the background and what the foreground is supposed to be, because you better get that right or you're going to wind up with a different quilt.
Nice.
Aaron.
Do you have any more you made that's?
I don't.
Okay. Well, how many...
What are you making, Aaron?
I have one. What are you making?
What are you making?
Okay. So this is looking pretty good. I was just like looking through Ravelry like we all do. This is living in my chip basket. What color is this one?
That is golden yellow.
Golden yellow. This is medium. I think there's still some in the store.
I think I only have like 2 left.
This is my favorite color that you have. But I was just looking for a pattern. I don't know if you guys ever do this. You're like, hey, I'm looking for a fun pattern. Hey, I'm looking for this kind of pattern. I was looking for something that just looked like it was going to be sexy. I don't know why, but that's the vibe I was feeling a couple days ago. Not a couple days ago, a couple weeks ago. So this pattern is this is the Field. It's not really a shawl. It's just called Field. It's kind of a shawl scarf by Maxim Sear. And it is fantastic. I think this looks sexy. It looks good. Move that out of the way. And it takes about 525 yards of each color DK weight. And it's going to be long and then kind of wrap around you. And this is one of the easiest patterns ever because literally you increase every once in a while. It's all garter stitch. And then you start to decrease. I have already started at the beginning. I made it to the middle, and now I am starting to do decreases. And I love my color combo. This is Fiber Hustle yarn, not to plug our stuff, but this is what I'm doing. This is dumpster juice. Everybody talks about dumpster juice, so I was like, I need to make something myself out of dumpster juice. And the way that I dye it, it kind of, to me, gives it kind of a tweed effect because it's a very light speckle that I do with dumpster juice. And when the color breaks, it has like very subtle reds, blues, and kind of purples in there. So that is what dumpster juice looks like. And this is what it looks like knit up. And this color right here is blue steel. And I think the color combo together is looking fierce. So much so that I love this, that I'm kind of looking for, this is kind of the opposite way to go. I'm looking for a jacket that would go with this. So when I wear it, it kind of looks like armor and just looks good.
So you're all put together?
Yeah. So I think what you're going to do is take it, wrap it around. So it's going to be very large. But I'm in love with this. And it's perfect Game of Thrones or any kind of TV knitting. Because like I said, it's just a few increases one way and a few decreases the other way. And I love Max's patterns because they all just have this cool hip vibe, this Canadian vibe to them.
Excuse me.
Yes.
So you, the other night, were talking about like, hey, I think I may have underestimated how much I'm actually using.
Correct. So the pattern that Le Garçon is selling and Maxim Sear, Le Garçon's DK yarn has more yardage than mine. So I think their instructions said at least 525 yards. My yarn is 246 yards. So I need 3 skeins of this each. So 3 skeins of my dumpster juice, 3 skeins of my blue steel. And if you buy like Le Garçon's yarn, which is fabulous yarn, you only need 2 skeins of each. So what I'm going to do with the leftover yarn, like this is how much dumpster juice I have left over, but I still have to make single stripes. Yeah, on the way back. So what I'm going to do probably is, while I'm wearing this, I will just make some, maybe some fingerless mitts, That way I
You are going to be all put together.
Is it going to be too much if I
your-
do fingerless mitts? And now if I did a hat, it might be too much of a good thing.
No, because then you're going to, I mean, you're going to walk into...
Purse first.
No, you're going to walk into the North Face and say, what do you have that complements dumpster juice?
Exactly. But no, I think this looks very cool. It looks very sexy. I'm excited for it to be finished. I think I only, like if Thanksgiving Day, I could probably just sit there and just do this all day. Or...
I thought you were going to be working in the kitchen on game hens.
Oh, I didn't realize that was my
Your
responsibility.
job every year has been the bird of choice,
you know what?
the bird of the year.
You've been so good with outdoor work, and that's usually my job, that I thought we would just flip it up. And this year, you're going to be like, hey, I have presented you a Thanksgiving feast. And then I get to sit on the couch.
You thought wrong. Because, gang.
Oh, okay, here we go.
So, I don't know if you're anything like me. I am not a Christmas fan, okay?
Oh.
But I give, and I give, and I give. I cannot stand Christmas. And I don't know, it's something from childhood, and you add the fact that Christmas in the U.S. starts in the stores in August now. It used to be October, and then it was September, and now it's August. I hate Christmas.
I've been very respectful. We still have a lantern up because it's still fall time here at our house.
Come the day after Thanksgiving, some people are ready to, flock the tree. They're ready to hang lights and everything. And I go away and I watch TV because I don't want any part of it.
I told you this year that I am willing to have your type of Christmas, which is no Christmas at all.
No. I want to do it more of like a German or more of like a Scandinavian. 2 weeks before Christmas, the tree goes up. Right after New Year's, the tree comes down. So you're like 2 weeks. 3 weeks at the very most, you're living with this insanity. And it makes it more special. Instead of like, I need a month and a half. 2 months of October.
But I thought my smile when everything was up was like the present gift to you.
That's all we've gotten lately.
I know, we haven't given gifts in years. But yeah, we'll figure out our own Christmas drama later.
we will. I said, I get over myself. I know you love Christmas. So the day after Thanksgiving, it goes up. But in exchange for that, you take care of the bird. You take care of Thanksgiving, and no tricks.
Okay. You take care. I'll take care of the bird. You take care of my feet.
No tricks. No tricks. I don't need any.
Oh, because I added a little bit of syrup to potatoes a couple weeks ago. You would think that I lit the neighborhood on fire.
You do not try tricks on Thanksgiving. On a holiday. On holiday meals, you do not try tricks.
Okay, we're having chicken nuggets and stovetop, and that's it.
Welcome to Tuesday.
One thing I just noticed, and I swear to my gorgeous face that this wasn't planned, this mug that I'm drinking matches what I'm making.
Oh, so you're going to carry that into to the North Face and say, do you have anything that goes with...
Do you have anything... No, I can hold it like this, like all...
with your mittens?
With my hot cocoa.
And you'll have your mittens, you'll have the scarf.
Yes. This mug is by Sharon. What's Sharon's Instagram handle? CharanSachar. Sharon Sachars? S-A-C-H-A-R. But he makes these mugs. They're fabulous. They're my favorite mugs to drink out of because they're like knit stitches and they're all great. But yeah, on another note, yes. So that's what I'm working on. There's plenty of dumpster juice and blue steel in the store. And this is going to be so good. I can see you wearing this as well. So, yeah, that is what are you making? Also, the leftovers, I can make tassels, but I don't know if I'm a tassel person.
You can make something for Carrie. She loves dumpster juice.
She does. Carrie, I am for the gorgeous rock, we are going to switch. It's like you give someone a paper clip, they give you like a Ferrari. You gave me this rock, I'm going to make you a gorgeous hat.
Neutrals.
Neutral. Everybody loves a neutral. This is my neutral, dumpster juice. Yeah. So, Chip.
Yes.
What are you making?
It's not what I'm making, but what I'm gonna be making.
Okay.
So, speaking of Carrie, this episode was brought to you by The Creative Obsession. And we all know that Carrie has been, she's been looming her way into 4x4 squares, fingering weight, held double apparently, and or a DK weight yarn. Look at me knowing. Yeah, she's been doing these blankets. And I can tell you, honestly, there has never been a knitting or a yarn project that I'm like, oh my God, I've got to take part in this.
Because your life is boring.
She got the loom, the Zoom loom, and I'm telling you.
Looks like you did too.
I had to have it. I am going to do a blanket. And question, I got a question.
Yes.
Pick me.
Tip.
So I see the warehouse right there. Are you saying that I could take anything off the shelf and make?
I am saying absolutely effing not. You do not go in the warehouse. If this
I
requires,
need a sample though.
If this requires some yarn that you need, we can go through Stash.
Do you have?
Or make a little trip to Aunt Joanne's or Uncle Michael's.
Okay, so each square apparently needs about 4 grams? 4 grams.
Maybe.
Of yarn.
Okay, that's not bad.
And we're going to do either fingering weight or DK, whichever.
Okay, so if you do DK weight, you do DK weight. Or if it's you hold fingering weight double.
Right.
Then, okay, so you want that. And if you hold fingering weight double, then you can either use the same color to get the same color. Or if you do 2 different colors, you can get a marbled effect. Which maybe that's what's happening on the box because it looks semi-marled, but that might just be some kind of different hand spun that looks that way.
Or you could use self-striping and wind up with a kind of plaid looking.
So like almost like a Karen cake kind of situation, or
I don't know.
Self-striping.
But
okay.
I'm really,
I'm
really, I think this is something that would be fun for me to try. And I could actually do this upstairs in front of the telly. Mm-hmm. And I really want to do this.
You're going to do this.
I'm going to.
Now, I was just seeing if you use like a pick, because when you loom, you use a pick. This looks like a needle, so you're literally just weaving back and forth?
No, you wind all the ways, then you come back and you do the weave.
Okay.
In and out, in and out, in and out. Carrie has a video on the TikTok.
Oh, does she really?
She does.
How fun. Weft yarn, 5 wraps. Interesting. What's this do? Does that break the yarn?
It might be a cutter.
There's like a little cutter right there.
Yeah.
And then how do you piece them together? I think Carrie just sews it. Are you planning on sewing it?
I'm going to sew it.
Okay.
All the pieces together. So, gang, if you've got scraps that like are little, send them my way. I'm going to make a blanket, and I would love that.
Well, yeah. Seriously, if you guys have scraps that you like, we need at least. If it takes 4 ounces,
I want to do for like a blanket.
At least do 10 ounces, and DK or fingering.
I don't know.
Well, probably DK or fingering. So
yeah.
How exciting!
So there's that, and then I've been busy. Then we went shopping. Do you like hardware stores? I bet you do.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
Do you like? Do sometimes people call you Coupon Connie? I bet you do.
All the time.
All the time.
Yes.
So Jim had a coupon for Harbor Freight, and it was supposed to be 30% off for 5 items. 5 items. I had 10. They gave me 30% off the entire order.
Wow.
So we've got these magnets, and when you are working on the long arm, you pin to the back bar and to your leader in the front. And I like to float my quilts in the front and the quilt top. So does Carrie, but she uses magnets.
Interesting.
And so I got 10 of these.
That's a lot of magnets.
To do floating.
Need 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
in case one goes bad.
My long arm is just under 12 feet.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right
So
now.
these are 18 inches. So actually, this doesn't even take up the whole long arm.
Oh, nice.
So we did some shopping and saving, and they didn't have tax.
Gotta love Oregon, no
Portland.
sales tax. Is Harbor Freight everywhere? Harbor Freight is always not weird to me because it's like a hardware store, but you walk in and it's very small. And it's like, here's what we have. And
It's small.
yeah, it's kind of like a Trader Joe's of hardware.
Is it?
I think so. Because I don't go to Trader Joe's that often. 'cause
Well,
it's kinda
the
out
customer service, chef's kiss.
Was it good?
It was excellent.
there. Yeah, nice.
Aaron,
Uh-huh.
what are all those books over there?
No, so you know, I
do?
I haven't even told you this might happen. I was talking to some of my friends a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about
Which friends?
just all of them, friends you don't even know about.
Oh.
No, I was like talking like Michael and Kevin and Nancy and all those people. It was like one of our knit nights or something like that. And I said I had this idea that I've been having for like a year. We all have these books that we have that we bought for a reason, or someone has given us for a reason, or they were on clearance and they sit there, and we go to Ravelry all the time. So I said, hey, why don't we actually find a pattern that you want to knit for like a New Year's Eve cast on? Because you already own it. There's nothing that you have to buy. If you don't own something, go to your local library. But I would love to have kind of a knit along or crochet along or quilt along. Basically, it's a make along because everybody, it's not gentleman hands.
I want that sweater.
Well, do you want the sweater or do you want...
I
Now, if we remove his face, do you still want the sweater?
I want that sweater.
Isn't this like a gorgeous sweater?
I mean, he ain't bad either.
No, he's not. This is a gorgeous...
I want that.
Is that... This is what you want for your first sweater?
Yes.
Wow, that is a cabled pattern.
It's not color work.
That will...
And you're posting a challenge to all these people.
I am posting a challenge. Basically, you have all these books in your home that you have for some reason, and I thought it'd be fun to do a New Year's Eve cast on of something in a book that you already own. It could be crochet, it could be needlepoint, it could be knitting.
This is all in DK.
Exactly. It could be quilting, looming. Just use a book that you already have or a magazine in your house as your New Year's Eve cast on, because everybody's like, oh, let's do this pattern. No, don't spend any money. Use something that you have that you said at one time, I want to make this and do it.
I have been looking through since I came back from Carrie's and, doing all the sorting. I have been going through all my patterns. So, and I have a ton of books right here at my disposal. Question for you on that.
Yes.
Can we tweak the date on that?
Yeah, because we haven't done anything
Because
yet.
we do bingo on New Year's Eve.
No, New Year's Day cast on, sorry.
New Year's Day.
Yes.
You said New Year's Eve.
Well, I'm so excited about New Year's Eve. I was like, okay. And maybe during bingos when you cast it on. No. But like these Rim magazines, you got me, did you get me these? Or
Yes.
Somebody? Yes. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I have the Rim magazines. Never made a single thing out of them. So it might be the time. This might be this sweater is... There's a lot involved in this.
I'm worthy of it.
You are worthy of it. This could be a 2025 cast on at some point. We just want to make sure that your body is the way that you want it to be.
My body is not the issue.
Before
You might have an issue with it.
Oh, I don't
have an issue with it.
I don't have an issue with your body. But look at this one. This one's even gorgeous too.
I want Mr. Man over here.
Okay, so yeah, so that's what I would like if you want to join me. There's no prizes, there's no anything like that. Just all I want you to do is cast on something that you already home that you already own. And again, it could be any project. If you haven't crocheted for years and it's literally, what is it? I taught myself to crochet. Yeah, this is kind of funny. It even came with a CD. This is way back in 2014.
So that is,
Yeah.
and what about your magazine, Me Crochet Purdy Someday?
Me Crochet Pretty Someday. And I bought this because there was like 2 men's patterns in it, which are
Why does
gorgeous
she look so
patterns.
pissy?
Because she looks so fierce. Like this is how I'm going to pose when I take a picture of this.
Just don't.
What would you just do?
Your sleeves are gonna wave at people.
Yeah, I'm not, hey everybody. I'm gonna keep these on and just hang strings. I'm gonna Stevie Nicks myself. These are gonna be for all my friends.
Oh my God. And is this gonna be a Zoom that you're gonna, for anybody who's participating, can we do a Zoom on the 1st of the new year?
Nope.
Oh.
Just kidding. No. How about we not do a Zoom the first day, just because I know when I'm casting on something, I have to read it, I have to look through it, I need a little bit of time to get used to it, but I am more than happy to try to get my friends together and us hustlers to do one maybe like 2 weeks in. That way you're already kind of familiar with the project instead of looking down the whole time and looking at things. But yeah, find something you already have. Don't go to Ravelry and buy it. If you don't have a magazine, you're saying, this doesn't work for me,
go to your local library.
Check out your local library.
All right.
Are you going to join me? Because
easy,
most of your patterns are like this anyways, right?
Easy. I have plenty of library. Me have library. Me have books. Me have written patterns. Me have digital patterns that I've never done.
Nice. And I'm eventually going to come up with some hashtag. I can't think of anything creative. Like, you bought it, make it. Because, yeah, eventually we'll think of something.
The Hustler Library.
The Hustler Library. But our other
Hustle that library.
Hustle that library. That's kind of good, actually. Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll make it work.
Love it.
What you got? What are you going to show?
So I had to have a couple of things that when I went to visit Carrie, and we went to a local quilt shop, and I got 2 patterns.
Oh, fun.
I'm not going to name any names and the perimeter and how, where it was. The shop was kind of musty thing.
Kind of dank?
It was kind of dank and musty. And I was like, okay, boop, boop, I'm gone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're like, I'll take this and take, shoo, and you're out. Thanks for no sales tax.
But there's Rose City Originals. He does a skull pattern. And then all of a sudden I saw this one and I was like, I wonder how they're different. So there is no other time I love to do a holiday hanging or, something fall and Halloween. So I've got the Candy Crush 2.0. I don't know what happened to 1.0, but I got 2.0. And then the other one is the Raven. And this one is a paper piece. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't hate it, but I really admired this one. I thought that actually looks like a lot of fun. So that will be, I'm hoping to have this one made this year. I think, so this one finishes at 23 by 35. So it's not overly huge. It's a nice size for the wall, but this is something that we could break out for Halloween time.
Nice. I wasn't being rude by looking at the phone, but at one point you showed this, and I was like, oh, it's kind of giving me the Goonies logo vibe. But then I looked up the Goonies logo, and it looks nothing like this. So that's why I was like, oh, I was going to be like clever and say, look, it looks like the Goonies, but never mind.
Huh. One thing that immediately when I was looking at this pattern, all of these, and whatever this shape is it's an octagon.
Kinda.
I was looking at this and thinking how fun it would be to actually use selvage. So when you buy your fabric, along the edge, sometimes you're going to find selvage, which will tell you the name of the manufacturer, it'll tell you the name of the designer, the name of that colorway, and then if you're really lucky, it'll have a little circle with each of the colors that appear in that fabric, so it breaks everything down for you. But you usually end up trimming that selvage off, and I thought that this selvage would make good use for these pieces. I don't collect selvage. I don't clutter, so this probably won't get done, but I thought it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It almost looks like the rug that you made for your bathroom.
It actually does.
Was that a Jolly Roll rug or my
So that would be, actually it does have some cafe in it.
No, it does.
Actually, it does have cafe in that.
Ooh, it's a fancy quilt.
Good spotting. So yeah, they're in hers, there is some of the fabric that I've used before.
That's good.
So yeah, those are a couple of had-to-have-its.
Oh, be careful. Put it on there.
I know.
I might stop.
And Aaron,
Yeah.
do you have any?
I literally have nothing else.
Oh, really?
I've been not as busy as you've been.
All right, let me tell you one more thing.
You can tell me several more things.
So this didn't cost me anything, but for those who have a long arm, I have a couple of friends who have zippered leaders. So on the bar, on the bar, the belly bar, and then the back bar, there's these canvas,
Okay.
cotton canvas, and you pin your project to that, and then it stabilizes while you do all your quilting on the long arm. But what happens when you decide, oh, I need to take a pause on this, and you wanted to work on another, you're pretty much stuck there unless you have zippers. So this, I could actually zipper to my leader, and then you have, just like a normal zipper, there's two sides of that zipper that would come out, and there we go. So you have your normal zipper. This you would actually sew to the cotton canvas, and this will permanently stay on that. This side is where you pin your project to, and then you could just zipper your project on and off, on and off. And Carrie gave me a set.
That was very nice of her.
It was very nice of her. The true Bernina ones, take a guess how much the Bernina ones would be.
$38.95.
$599.
For a zipper?
For a set of zippers. That's two of these.
I mean, yay.
Now, I think they're a little bit more substantial. These are nylon, but for Carrie said she has used them, and they suit her purpose just fine.
Okay. I've never heard such a thing, but it's kind of nice if you need to switch things out.
Yes, and I pulled out some fabric, and I'm like, I still want to do this snow day, which I bought last year.
It's the perfect time of year.
And I have fabric that I would like to use. This is some Allison glass that I got a couple of years ago, and I thought, oh, for like the brim of the hat, you have your stripes and stuff. I just need to pick my colors. So I need to find some solids, and I need to pick my colors. And
please use this one, because for some reason this is really talking to me.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know why.
But
that's a little springish, isn't it?
Well, that's okay.
Or something.
That's okay. You wear whatever colors in the winter that you want to.
True.
It could. The whole thing could be in
there's
dumpster
no white
juice.
after Labor Day, then we're good. Dumpster juice. I love dumpster juice.
It could be dumpster juice.
It could be.
Or with a background of white, as long as it's not after Labor Day.
Yes, exactly. No, I'm very excited for this one. I haven't weaved in all my ends. Because it's going to look fun. I see that this one has all the hats, so you can either do just hats or do this. I prefer the scarves and the hats. So are you going to do this? Or
No,
this?
I like option A.
Okay, good. We're in agreement. That's what I think you should do.
For a snow day.
Nice. I hope it gets snowed this year, like once or twice.
Heavy.
Like a good...
The great snow.
The only bad thing about snow days this year now is there are no snow days because you have the option of working from home. A lot of people do. And so there's no like, hey, it snowed, I get the day off. There's nothing like that. It makes me sad.
Snow is great.
It is. I love snow. But there's a snow here very often, so yeah. Yeah, I have nothing else.
I have something.
Okay.
Do you guys like surprises?
I do not.
I bet you do.
You know this.
Sure you do.
Okay.
What are we doing next week?
What are we doing next week?
I think you should check out FIBERHustle.com for Black Friday.
Oh, we're going to have some Black Friday deals for you.
We are just getting ready to commit to what we're doing. So there's no surprises that we get to leak just now, but you're definitely going to want to come back to FIBERHustle.com, get some sacks, get some, what do they call it, yarn,
You get some yarn, you get some sacks.
Get some merch.
You can get some merch. We have pens, we have stitch markers. We still have not very many. We still have just a few fans left, and once they're gone, they are gone. I know it's winter time, but you got to get your fans for springtime and the summer, because I don't think we'll ever order those. I was going to say that, and I was trying to throw those in those. Those again, because next year we might have a totally different, not logo, but a totally different fan. Because I think fans might be our thing, because nobody else is doing it. So
no, there was one other company, but theirs was like paper and small.
Oh, ours are fierce.
Theirs was the booger. Ours was the heather.
I don't know who it is. It was probably someone like very popular. So take that back, whatever he just said. No, great.
So yeah, come back for Black Friday. Definitely that's coming up. And then
we'll see you in December.
We've got so watch out. So as soon as maybe the second week of December, we are going to send out the invite on Instagram for New Year's Eve bingo. So if you don't have a place that you are going to be drinking and you have no party friends, we're going to be your party.
Pajama party, very relaxed.
Is that the theme?
Yeah, just wear what you want, but just be comfy. What are you looking at, my Crocs?
I was thinking he got some new joggers that he was very excited about. They will probably be making a featured debut on the Zoom call.
I got my new sweatpants. I'm very excited for it.
So New Year's Eve bingo, and then the other thing is make sure that you start rummaging through, refresh yourself with your library, whether it's digital patterns that you've already purchased. Avoid Ravelry.
Not digital. We want it from a book.
No, I have oh, come on.
Yes, we want it from a book, a magazine. I don't want a digital pattern. That's the point.
But so that's not fair, because some people don't like to buy this.
Then they don't have to participate.
And then they get it in their email, like.
So you just want a free-for-all out there.
All right, so I will choose from a book. But the deal is, and I'm going to persuade you, so I think we should have just a hangout called.
I would love to. I just don't want it the first day.
Why?
Because I've gone through this. Because the first day, you're kind of getting familiar with the pattern, reading.
No, you just tell people what you're going to do. You don't have to have it memorized.
Okay. We will, and it depends how much that I indulge on bingo. I'm not having a 7 a.m. call on New Year's Day.
Oh,
that's
Lord.
just ridiculous.
Okay. And I think that's all we got for you.
It's good to see you, hustlers.
Thank you for joining us for episode 48. If the great junior wind of 2024 doesn't get us, we're going to see you very soon.
Yes, we look forward to it.
Thank you for watching. Be kind to each other.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Ring the bell.
Yep. And Yoan,
play us out.